It's a relatively uncommon and serious cardiovascular condition with symptoms that oftentimes mimic a heart attack or stroke. It's called aortic dissection.
And if not detected early or treated immediately when symptoms occur, it can be deadly. Aortic dissection is an equal opportunity disease affecting men and women, even those who lead an active, healthy lifestyle, like cyclist Becky Brooks.
I do feel like I'm flying, and the hum of the tires on the pavement is just like music and meditation. Now we're officially on the rabbit road.
Becky Brooks has a passion for pedaling.
It's freedom, it's joy, it's exertion.
The 66-year-old from Mankato, Minnesota,
It couldn't be better.
has won national titles in long-distance cycling.
I don't think of biking as a workout. I think of it as a ride, and I don't do it because I want exercise. I do it because I want to ride.
But
After all I went through, I thought I could never ride the way I used to ride. It was the 24th of April, 2021.
as Becky prepared at home for a bike ride, she felt a horrific pain in her chest.
Stabbing. I mean, it felt like a knife inside. So I said to my husband, shall I call the cardiologist? And he goes, no, we should call 911. And thankfully we did.
It wasn't a heart attack.
My aorta dissected.
Quickly flown to Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota, Becky was unconscious and in dire need of emergency surgery.
Certainly when I met Becky, it was a very dramatic scene. If there's one analogy you can make to the diagnosis of an aortic dissection, it is a ticking time bomb.
The cardiovascular surgery team at Mayo, led by surgeons Dr. John Stulak and Dr. Alberto Pochettino, rapidly prepared for what would be an 8-hour procedure to repair the dissected aorta.
The aorta is the main blood vessel that leaves the heart. It carries blood to all of our tissues and organs. Blood now, instead of being in the middle of that tube, gets into the wall of the aorta and then kind of does exactly what the term says. It dissects along in through the wall of the aorta. And as time goes on, it could pop and the patient can bleed to death.
The surgical team removed the damaged aorta and replaced it.
It's a woven artificial tube that the patient has. And it's just like if a pipe were damaged in your house, you would splice that out and put in a new piece of pipe, and that's basically what we did.
I saw the flash of her orange Kona bike through the trees and held my breath.
Now, more than a year later, Becky, a retired English professor and accomplished author, is working on her newest novel and feels blessed to have this next chapter in life.
I feel great.
Her racing days are done, but she is back on a bike. An e-bike.
It's a bike that gives assist at when you're pedaling. I took it out on the road and I started to cry. Like, oh my gosh, I can do this again. I can go hard without putting all that stress on my body. There's not an hour goes by that I don't appreciate being alive. I could have been dead. I'm here.
For the Mayo Clinic News Network,
I'm so grateful.
I'm Jason Howland.
Now, aortic dissection is relatively uncommon, and it usually occurs in men in their 60s and 70s.
However, when an aortic dissection is detected early and treated promptly, the chances of survival greatly improves.